Rapid, by the way, magic is itself a form of repetition. Rapid, by the way, magic is itself a form of repetition. Rapid, by the way, magic is itself a form of repetition. Rapid, by the way, magic is itself a form of repetition. And print is a magical.
Why?
We didn't have separate rooms at that time, and we would divide the receivers, and we'd find a very good point in the crystal for a program.
And give them the problem and not the answers.
Then that is definitely a positive point in favor of the mass media.
Well, again, you're making a value judgment. I'm not making any judgments about the mass media. I say, if you want to solve these problems, give them to the ignorant. Don't give them to the learned.
But you do want to solve them, don't you?
Of course.
And we'd fall asleep with the receiver on the pillow and our ear against it.
How to spell. We're playing 2,500 years in reverse.
The huge smog of inky blackness that was settling over the mind of Europe.
Which English people?
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you feel...
I was, for example, at Cambridge, I was amazed to discover that a large proportion of the undergraduates, they were like high school kids from Canada. Stupid.
The first right of every man in civilized society is the right to be protected against the consequences of his own stupidity. Now, what he was saying was that the ordinary modes of human living and endeavor create nothing but chaos. And if you want order, you have first to start with the fact of human stupidity and greed and nonsense, and put them in order.
He wants to shape your attention, to shape your sensibilities, to create an effect upon you. Whether you believe a word he says couldn't matter less to him. He is interested only in effects, and not in changing your opinions or thoughts about anything. And this is also true of a poet. Couldn't care less what you thought or felt about him or anything, as long as he gets his effect across. It's simply fantastic, the unconsciousness of our Western world with regard to
I had a rowboat on the Assiniboine and a sailboat on the Red River, and they were about half a mile apart. So on the way to school, I could stop off and row my boat for a while on the one river. And when I went after school, after I finished delivering my papers, I could go down to the Red River and sail. And I did these things all the time.
How old were you then?
The whole damn Western world is finished.
This Mrs. Equitone is really a very useful bit because the whole British upper class mimic, with voice, they mimic the world of printing. This puts the lower classes way down because they still retain many of the characteristics of pre-print in their voices. So the class structure in England is quite simply simulating print with the voice. Tell dear Mrs. Equitone I bring the horoscope myself. Boy, does that fix people. It really, puts the
Pattern recognition. The title itself is one of these rubbings of cliches together. Finn, the Finn cycle, the Finnegan, and Finnegan, Michael Finnegan. about a generation, at least a generation of warning or notice in advance of technological change.
It's a kind of magic. Oh yes, magical. Oh, the medieval man lived in an acoustic or magical world.
This example you give from Cambridge precedes TV.
Oh yes, because just as Cézanne and Seurat and Rouault all discovered the relevance, the new relevance of tactile patterns, as opposed to conspicuous pictorial patterns, they discovered these things 60 years ago, 70 years ago.
And now this is becoming generally available to all the public. The whole public gets conditioned to that sort of thing.
The popular technology now.
People like contract.
Are you still there? Welcome to TELUS messaging service. Using a touch-tone phone, please enter the number of the person you'd like to leave a message for, or press the pound key to enter your own mailbox number. Are you still there?
If you reassure people by resembling a lot of other people they know and approve of.
Reinforces this older as
Thanks for choosing Mcluhan Unclaimed. I'm a Winnipigeon. Your selection will proceed right after this message. The following is formal satire. It's completely made up and does not exist in real life. It's everyone's favorite quarterly time of the year, the Netflix 96-hour chill-out tour. Another chance for you to chill out with your favorite Netflix performers, past, present, and future. At the only multi-locational global bricolage on Earth. All the partners you've grown to expect and some new ones will provide 96 straight hours of Netflix innovation at your local movie theaters all day, all night, for 96 hours. Your chill-out app automatically enters you in the usual contests for production memorabilia, what you call swag, a chance to have your question asked, and of course, 27 lucky winners will receive 1 year of free Netflix upon check-in.
This could be anywhere in Winnipeg by the Assiniboine or the Red River. I see.
What's Wrong with the World, yes. Handed to me on a Winnipeg street by Tom Easterby. I had a rowboat on the Assiniboine and a sailboat on the Red River, and they were about half a mile apart. So on the way to school, I could stop off and row my boat for a while on the one river. And when I went after school, after I finished delivering my papers, I could go down to the Red River and sail. And I did these things all the time.
How old were you then?
And as one journalist once said to me, is he the political sex pistol?
And went on to TV and talked straight to his people on an educational basis. He turned politics into education. This is the crime that Trudeau's been accused of by Peter Newman of the Star. You see, the electricity puts your nervous system outside as an environment. By the way, look at cover of June 8 TV Guide. Dali picture of what TV really is. 2 thumbnails. Now, the interval between the two is the all-important thing. Touch is interval. No connection in touch. And tactile space